Hi, I'm Jale, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general collective reading for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs for the month of December 2019, what the general collective of Taurus energies, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs can expect to see around this month, okay? This is a general reading, so please do take what resonates and disregard the rest. Always trust your own instincts. If you feel like maybe this reading isn't for you, then by all means check out my other readings. So we're going to dive in. We're going to connect to spirit first of all. Secondly, we'll be connecting using the big spread, the enchanted Lenormand. I can't speak. The enchanted Lenormand oracle deck spread, and then we'll be closing out the reading with some oracle cards for outcomes. Okay, so I'm just going to get a link to Spirit. I don't know why, but they're already laughing. So obviously something's funny to them. I'm going to link to Spirit and find out what is the situation for Taurus. Okay, there's some kind of change that's on its way here. I feel like they're saying that the month is going to be split. It could be that the first half of the month that you're, I mean, obviously Christmas is coming, isn't it? So those that celebrate Christmas, you probably are going to find one month, part of the month is busy, the next is a little bit quieter. But I feel like for you guys, there's going to be other elements inbuilt into this. So it's not just going to be a straightforward, oh, it's Christmas, that's why. It feels like you could be doing a lot of traveling. It's like you're trying to please a lot of different people. You're trying to put and split your energies into lots of different places and ways. And Spirit are just saying not all in good ways, okay? So just bear that one in mind. If you feel like your energy is being split into lots of different directions, refocus, and there's a need for a refocus here. They're all talking at once. Hang on. You must, they're saying split your time, but it's more like prioritize. There has to be a prioritization going on here. I feel like you might want to coast the first couple of weeks, and then I feel like the second week, it might be that you're really busy. So if you're self-employed, I feel like that's going to be very important for you. If you're, I don't know, contractor, then again, it feels like the last couple of weeks in Christmas is going to be extraordinarily busy. So rather than busy then quiet, I feel like it'll be the other way around. I'm also here, it's like ships passing in the night here. So I feel like the romantic interest that you might have around you, that the timing isn't quite right here. It's like you might be ready, the other person isn't. And then when they're ready, you're not quite ready. So there's that element of ships passing in the night where it's like the opposite energies. There's a meeting point in the middle point there. But it's like you'll get together at that point and then you'll go off and do your other things. Because again, it just feels like it's not quite time yet. Something needs to be laid to rest as well. There's some kind of energy here around a discussion, a conversation where either you've been misread or someone else has been misread that is maybe linked to you. But it's like there's people discussing something here where they've misinterpreted the information, and I feel like you're at the center of it. So I feel like either someone's misinterpreted you and your actions. They're saying yes. But for those that don't resonate with that, it could be that someone else around you is also under that influence or around that situation. They're just saying all will be revealed. I feel like maybe if you're focusing too much on trying to prove your case, it feels a little bit to me like the Spirit are just saying you need to let it go, because at one point in time, this energy is going to come to light. And what they don't want you to do is throw all your eggs in one basket and focus totally on that scenario. And then in a day, a week, however long, all the truth comes out, and then you sat there, run yourself ragged, trying to prove your point. They're saying, for some reason, they're saying time waits for no man. But I feel like it's actually in connection to, it's in connection to you and what your priorities need to be, rather than something that you need to worry about with someone else's, how they're viewing you and what's going on. I keep hearing one of my ancestors trying to tell me something as well. Am I missing something here? Okay. One of my ancestors has joined us, but they're trying to get my attention, and yeah. Okay, so you're probably going to get heavily observed this month as well. Again, I feel like there's a little bit of judgment going on here. take no notice. Classic example, my ancestor just walked in and I'm too busy focusing on them and I need to be focusing here. So this is, again, they're trying to just demonstrate here with the energies as to what you can expect. Again, they keep saying time waits for no man. If you've been putting something off because you're distracted by something else, cut that short if you can and focus on what you need to, because it's a really good opportunity to get this resolved at this point. I'm also hearing karmic layers being removed. Heavily strong, I'm hearing paternal side, which is the right side, which again is the male lineage. I feel like you're probably going to have a potential opportunity to cleanse that energy from your father's lineage there. There's something around the lesson and karma that's going to be resolved within that energy. The reason I know that is because the right side is the masculine, the right side is the paternal line. Okay, so it's more your masculine side or your paternal sort of lineage, bloodline. It could also be in relation to an imbalance in your masculine and feminine energy. So just keep an eye out for that. It could be that you're recalibrating and you're stepping more into your feminine energies, and the masculine is potentially being healed a little bit. Again, if you're male or female, this still will kind of be the case. Again, just because you're a female doesn't mean to say you don't have any masculine in you. Ideally, we should have a balance. That's how the energy, the yin and the yang, is intended. They're saying carry on. Okay, right, so let's just see if there's anything else I need to address. Anything else I need to address? Right, they want me to carry on now that both sides are happy. Let me just take this off my table because this is just going to get annoying. Again, distractions. I'm going to adhere to my own advice. Okay, so Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs, please, for the month. Okay, so this is basically a fox in reverse that's just flown out here. Okay, again, there's an unfair potential treatment here that is potentially going to come to light, as I've mentioned before, but let's just see. Let's get the big picture spread underway and let's get an idea of the general energy. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs, again, confusion, potentially a sort of love interest could be coming to visit. You'll also be getting communication from that person because the cards have just flown out. But let's just get the big 36 cards spread out and then we'll see. All cards also flipped. Double moon, okay, double moon. We've got a eclipse coming up on the 26th of December, which will be, again, we've also got a wedding ring. For the eclipse on the 26th of December, which will be in the sign of Capricorn, which happens to be the paternal, the masculine, the father, there could be people getting engaged. Now, I can't guarantee all of you guys are going to get engaged, but the wedding ring, the commitments come out, okay? So let's just see how these cards will fall. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus for the month of December, please, Spirit. What is it you can give us? Again, we've got a key that's come out there, which is essentially an unlockable situation, something that is going to develop, but it's on hold at the moment because it is currently running in a horizontal fashion. So if it was upright, it would suggest that obviously the key, there was a door opening and there was a potential to be able to walk through that. But goodness me, they've got so much to say. Something is going to be announced because we had the garden, okay? There's going to be a general kind of announcement. It could be a public kind of, this is my partner, this is the person I'm engaged to, you know, this is the level of commitment we're having. Take it as it resonates, but we'll see what happens because we'll get more depth onto these cards and see how they want to, wow. I'm seeing children, potential arguments, choices, domestic situation that is going to be sort of almost coming out into, you know, hi, this is my partner, this is my, and then the key upright. So something is definitely unlocking, but goodness me, guys. And then a tower. It could be unlocked and then there could be some kind of news that means that's now on hold, or there could have been a bit of a rug pull from underneath you. So it could be that you take a step up towards this commitment and then suddenly pause to reflect. Let's just have a look. They'll give me a chance. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs, please, Spirit, for the month of December 2019. What can you tell us? Right, so they're saying stop. Let's get all these cards out and we'll just get an idea of the general energies. 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry guys, this is going to take a few more seconds. So how I'm reading this is I'm going to look at all the relationships with each of the cards, how they're interacting, what the main key themes are, and what you can expect to see. All right, just a few more cards to go and then we'll get started. Okay, so first of all, we do have one or two obstacles. The main theme of this reading is the mountain, which is potentially obstacles, things that maybe not are quite as planned. A bit of an uphill climb, something that is potentially going to develop over the course of the month. Obviously, we want to reach the peak, and then the downhill is going to be a lot easier. So it's almost like we're not quite at the peak of this. It's like we're not quite armed. They're saying armed or equipped to deal with everything as it needs to be. Okay. Now, interestingly, the second sort of theme is also the star card. Okay, so the star can also mean, apart from the fact that it can mean sort of stardom, public eye, it can also mean something in the distance, a wish being granted, something that you want that is potentially on hold. Obviously, when it's collaborating and conjunct with the mountain, it can mean that essentially it's not quite in the present, okay, because the star can also mean Aquarius season. Okay, so you could have something that's developing starting in December, is popped on hold, and then from Aquarius season you could have a second try, third try, however you want to take it. There could also be some, I'm hearing revelations in terms of information coming to you, especially with the star card, that is going to make you stop in your tracks, reevaluate. Okay, now this is the thing, because we've also now got the female. Okay, now if this is not you and you're watching this and you're male, this could link to a female with dark hair. And if you're female and you're watching this, this could also link to a female with dark hair. So take it as it resonates. Okay, if it could also be a partner. Okay, it could be a partner, it could be a friend, it could be a family member. It feels like if this is not a third party, it feels like this is someone that is potentially coming to assist or help you. It could be that you're making a new friend that's going to assist you with your journey over in the December months, right? That is going to be integral to help you move forward. It's almost like you come across a new female friend, or you come across a new love interest, and I'm hearing game changer. So this is a significant influence, okay, or could be. Now, interestingly, we've also got below the mountain here, the coffin. So this obstacle will close out. This is something that you're not going to have to battle into 2020. I mean, don't forget, we are closing out a decade here. This is the last month of the 2010s. We're about to leap into the 2020s, which is massive, you know. I mean, look, apart from the fact that we have got so many planets that are, I mean, first of all, we had Chiron in this year that completed a cycle and turned into Aries, which is about the wounded healer. So there was a heck of a lot of karmic that was being shed. And then secondary, the beginning part of next year, we have the planet Lilith that is also going into Aries, which is also completing a cycle, which means essentially Lilith being the wounded feminine. So a lot of the feminine elements and aspects are being shed and stripped away, and it's like there's an instantaneous karma. So if, let's say, for example, you have female energies around you that are maybe not as evolved, this is, I mean, look, the mountain, the star, and the female, for me, Lilith is probably heavily going to be influencing your chart. So I would probably look into that, where your Lilith is, because for me it feels, certainly astrologically, that there's a huge influence of this. Now, interestingly, what they're also telling me here with the mountain and the stars is Capricorn, the Capricorn influence. Now, we've currently got Pluto. Is it in Capricorn? Pluto and I think it's Saturn in Capricorn. No, they're saying no. Yeah, it's like there's a planetary influence here that I'm hearing is being resolved and stripped away. So again, I would be looking at what planets you have in Capricorn, because there's definitely some kind of influence here. I mean, obviously a Capricorn is an earth sign, but because of the fact that you've got a Taurian element to you, there's something about this and Lilith that is, it's like there's a heavy release of karma that's actually been carried out this month. And probably from the end of November. Now, it could have been you did a lot of work in the Scorpio season and that you shed a lot of karma, and now it's like there's a bit of a kind of paradigm shift or leap, timeline leap within your reality, okay? Now, interestingly, we've also got under here the bear, which is underneath the star. Now, the bear is also in relation to a parent, okay? It can be a controlling influence. It can also be in relation to a parent. Now, it could be that you visit family and you just think, are you actually joking me? This is the reason why I don't visit family around December. Can you get me out of here? I feel like it's not going to be as bad as you think it is, because again, we've got the bear next to the coffin there, and you've also got the bear next to the birds, which is about conversing. Okay, now because the lady is here, this could also be a relative, and the reason I say that is that the very last card here is the lily. Okay, the lily can be about an age gap. Okay, so it could be in relation to a female that's older than you, that's going to be either significant, or maybe you're resolving karma with this female. Okay, maybe it's not just the paternal line, it's the matriarch line as well. Okay, interestingly though, we've also got another key theme going on here, which is about the book. Okay, and the book stands for secret, something that is being revealed, something that is being brought to light, something that is a little bit buried, that maybe not as, you're not as aware of, you're not as inclined to be aware of, that's having some light shed on it. And the reason I'm saying that is, it feels to me there's something very heavy about the generational karma here, the family line, the bloodline, and potentially even your own children, if you have any. The reason I say that is we've got the book, the heron, the bouquet, and the clouds. You could be in a situation where if you have children, you don't know if that person is the father, or, you know, it could be that maybe you're questioning that someone in your family, there's something around that. Because again, the heron is about a delivery. It's like a new start, you know, a child essentially. A brand new child. So it could be that maybe you are expecting, or you find out you're expecting, and there is a question around, you know, who the partner is. Again, we've got the bouquet and the clouds. The clouds are about confusion here. Now, because the book is facing the clouds, it could be that you have some light shed on what is being blocked or held back in this scenario. The reason I say that is because the book is actually facing the clouds, sort of more opaque part, which is about being see-through, transparent. So it could be that you actually have a secret that's come to light. You then find out a little bit more. It could involve another female. Okay, it could, maybe there's a third party. If it doesn't resonate, don't be screaming at your computer screen. Just, again, use discernment. Okay, you're going to win £1 million today, all right, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, who's going to believe? I mean, look, maybe you will, but do you know what I mean? Come on, let's just use a bit of common sense here. I don't live by me. I'm a psychic. I'm a human being, which means I'm not perfect myself. So we have to use discernment, right? Like, if someone, I'll be honest with you, a lot of psychic readings I had, people never get me right. So it doesn't mean to say I'm going to sit and abuse them because they're wrong. It just means that I'm not tapping into your energy. Simple. Or so it seems. Now, as I say, just take what resonates and leave the rest. And the kind of general consensus around the situation is that there will be a choice here, because we've got the path, okay? It's like there are going to be a few disagreements, because around the path we've got the broom and the dog, okay? The dog stands for loyalty, and the broom can be about conflicts, disagreements. So it could be about you or a person around this scenario is looking and trying to understand where the loyalty lies in order to resolve the conflict, in order to move forward, okay? Now, interestingly, around the bouquet, which, let's just double check something here. Yeah, it's the lily. This is about a passionate affair, an older lover, a widower, a male divorcee, or initiator, okay? It can be about a passionate man, head of the family, father, grandfather, elder, patron, Funnily enough, it can also mean Father Christmas. So, guys, Father Christmas is on his way. I'm so excited already. Can't believe I said that. A reconciliation, okay? Cleansing, maturity, peace, wisdom, passion. It could also stand, because it's next to the sun, for a happy father. It could be that you're announcing a pregnancy and you're finding out you're pregnant, and or it could even be that you're settling down and having a family. Do you remember that first commitment card we saw? Because we've got the sun next to the lily, which is also next to the key, next to the garden. Now the key obviously being an unlocking process. The garden meaning coming out into the public, you know, sort of making an announcement. You know, like this is basically the deal. I'm pregnant, or I'm expecting a child, or it could even be there's a significant upgrade in terms of where this connection is going. Okay, and the reason I'm saying that is where we've got the first three cards here, the columns around it, the first three columns. First of all, there's something being closed down, which we know. We're also seeing the bear, which is about the fatherly, you know, the connection around the sort of the provider, the protector. And then also the birds, which can mean news, okay? Underneath the news card and underneath that, we've got the male and the child, okay? Now, again, if you're male watching this, because this is all in one row, it doesn't mean to say, oh, look, I must be female. No, I'm just saying, look, if you're male watching this, that this is going to be probably your partner. If not, that's your partner. Take it as it resonates. But there's an announcement, there's a connection, there's news coming here between the male and the female, all right? Or male and male, or female and female. Take it as it resonates. In relation to a child, okay? Now, again, if you're sat there going, yeah, but I'm not pregnant, yeah, but I'm not having a baby, yeah, I'm not going to, then it's probably going to be news to do with a child that's already here, because this child is, again, a mature child, okay? It could have been that there was previous disagreements around this child, all right? But it looks like that is being cut out, because we've got the scythe here with the dog. So there is some disputes being resolved, I'm hearing, okay? Now, because the mountain, we've got the mountain, the coffin, the dog, and the path. For me, this is suggesting a closing out of obstacles, a renewal of loyalty, and then a choice. Okay, so remember, we've got a pause, a renewal, and then another pause. Okay, so if you're getting good news, and then it goes on hold again, don't, because this is going to be really important now, and this is what they're saying to me, don't freak out, because I feel like they're all laughing because they know what I'm saying, because they know what I'm going to say. It's a test. This is going to be a test to see if when they give you something, what it is you want, whatever that wish is. Now, if you don't resonate with having a child, or there's a discrepancy around a child, or a deeper commitment, this is about a wish, remember, okay? Because the second card was about an obstacle. First card was mountain, which is obstacle. Second card is wish. These are the most strongest key themes. And the third card is the outer external influence from someone else, all right? Take it as it resonates, but someone's wish is going to look like it's on hold, is going to develop, and there's going to be a pause. Do not go up in arms, right? Because the reason I say that is we've got the tower directly afterwards, right? Which we know is potentially a release, a kind of a foundation kind of check, where whatever isn't built strongly is going to be removed, ready, okay? And again, this is not to say you don't deserve it, you're this, that, and the other. This is to say we want you to be in the right position at the right time, because it's not quite time yet. Let's do a little redo, because then now when we rebuild the foundations, this is going to really last you. Now, for me personally, I'd rather have all that crap removed immediately, because who wants to go into 2020 and go, yay, I'm so happy. We get to June, July, and it's like, oh, okay, it's gone, because the foundations were awful. Sorry, I want to get this year done. I want to close. I'm a Taurus, by the way. I'm a Taurus Venus, and I'm an Aries Taurus cusp, in case you haven't already heard that a million times. I would rather suffer a little bit more. That sounds awful, but I would rather do the work. That's a better way of phrasing it. I would rather do the work and then be happy afterwards. Like, I just want to get it done, you know. It's, for me, it's the better way. Once you start again after that pause, you're on your way, all right? But what I'm going to say to you is that this is probably going to be a little bit up, down, up, down, up, down. Because what I'm seeing here from the top row here is we've got obstacle, hope, a renewal, obstacle, not too sure, rushing into one direction, then a bit of confusion, then more confusion, then a secret, all right? Don't forget, there is going to be something that's a little bit hidden, and that's why they want to put it on hold, because until you know what that is, it could be for some of you that if you've got a third party, maybe you're in a relationship, maybe you've got a love interest who is actually going to be expecting a child. Now, again, if you don't resonate with that, then, you know what I mean? Like, just put it to one side. But if you do resonate with that, that's why it's on hold, because this is an obstacle. And they're saying it's a test of faith for you, and for this person, it's karmic. All right? I will not even go into how many crazy karmic past life situations I've been seeing and looking at with my own life recently, because it's insane. And, you know, it's very poetic, and I'm not, you know, sort of separated from all this karma as well. I have to do my own work, you know. So, after we get past that little secret and that announcement, and there's a potential here for either a celebration with you or externally that is going to impact on your situation a bit, you're going to be in a position where you're going to be choosing, okay, with this 22 card, the path, all right? I'm hearing test of loyalty, all right? A test of loyalty, a test of faith, all right? Because, again, we've got the commitment card, which is next to the heart, the snake, and the letter. Yes, it's a you know, a heartfelt connection, but we've got the snake here. We need to get rid of the snake, you know. The vibe I'm feeling with this is, I mean, look, it's not great. I'm sorry to say something. For you are going to want to put down some roots, but there is going to be a little bit of confusion here. But if there is a third party, one of you will be conceiving or would have found out you're conceiving at this point. There's definitely a lot of pregnancy news around this. This could also be to do with a son. If it is a child involved, there is also a boy that's involved with this. Let's have a look. Let me see what other cards didn't. Yeah. Whatever you do, if you're aware that there is something emotionally that triggers you in these situations, this is, I'm going to be real with you, this is going to be a bit of a test, because they want to see emotionally how balanced you are. Because this is the thing. If someone's brought into your life and that their impact makes such a huge difference to you and your balance because of how they're responding to circumstances, Spirit are not going to allow this person to remain in your life. If you can keep some kind of balance within this, and I'm not saying sitting and, you know, pretending that everything's okay and then hoping Spirit don't realise, because let's be real, they see everything. I mean, look, I wanted to eat fast food takeaway the other day, and I got the biggest, you know, I can't even have a can of Coke because they're like, what are you doing? You have to honour your body, because then you can connect with us more. And I'm like, I'm a Taurus, give me a break. I can't have alcohol, you know. I mean, look, to be really honest with you, every passion that involves food that I have, I'm not allowed. And that's because I take this job seriously. And they're like, look, if you don't honour this, it's a two-way street. And my point is with this situation is that if this person's going to cause you an imbalance, they're not going to allow this energy near you. And that's why this is happening, all right? You've got to look at, again, this is why I read these bigger picture spreads, so I can see 360 degrees and from 10 years in advance, because I'm annoying like that. I'm a Scorpio moon, so I want to dig until I know everything. And I know I annoy everyone with it, but it's useful, you know, because then you know, you're prepared, you know. To be prepared is to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So, and this is not about control. This is just about making a good decision for yourself, the highest and best interest of yourself. So, I feel, or the other person's going to want to put down roots, okay? But there is going to be some decisions around this. Now, if that isn't you, you're going to be a little bit chasing in circles, and then the outcome at the end of the month is going to be positive, because I'm seeing the house, which is about domesticity. I can't say it. Domesticated, you know what I mean? And then the sun. Yeah. It might not be immediately clarified and finished in the December months. Put it this way. There is basically, if you're male watching this, there's basically 2 males to 1 female. And if you're female watching this, there's 2 females to 1 male. And that's the deal. There is another male involved on the other person's side, or female, take it as it resonates, but they're not as influential in this. Whatever sex you are, there's a double of that, okay? And let me see. I want to see, is this them? They're saying you must put yourself first, okay? You must put yourself first in the situation. Right, let me just see what this... I'm just going to listen to what Spirit says, as well as read the other bits and pieces in this book. You will definitely be having a discussion with a significant other about what it is you see for your future. There is definitely a cycle within that situation that will be closed out. And there will be a discussion around how and where you're taking this situation. That will be a very, very strong sort of influence around the first part of the month, I feel. Again, don't forget, it's on, off, on. So I'm hearing relinquish control. Focus back on you. As and when that happens, if that person decides to go off and do what they need to do, as long as you're respecting your own boundaries and not letting them just, take the mick, do you focus on you? What are your dreams and hopes? Because there's definitely something. You could have also put a dream or a wish on hold for this other person if you have a history with them. And Spirit is saying this must be your focus, all right? Because the more you focus on that, the more the energy will clear with this other person. Now, the other person... I'm going to be really honest with you. If you're female watching this person is going to have more than one option that they're not going to tell you about, all right? I say more than one option, that includes yourself and one other person, all right? Could be more, but for the majority of you that do resonate with that information, this won't get resolved around the December. It's like there's something secretive around this, all right? For those who are male watching this, you might not resonate as much with that, okay? Yes, you will still have the communication, but it might not be this month that you find out as much as the information, because I feel like if you're female watching this, you're going to find out a lot of information, things that are being hidden. Again, the 26th, December 26th, that Capricorn eclipse, I'm going to be honest with you, get a lot of snowballs, sort of Bucks Fizz, if you can drink, which I can't. So I'm just going to be having milkshake, which I can't even have anyway because it's too much sugar. I'll be having a smoothie. No, I mean, look, I'm not moaning about it. It's just, I love my food. So I'm still like, for goodness sake. It's worth it though, because I have to finally tune the vessel to get the right information. So, you know, there's a give and take with all these things. So, and it's the same with this situation. I'm going to be honest with you. What my guides are saying is this month in this love scenario is a little bit of a mess. All right, just do you. They're probably going to be coming in, giving it all the big and like, oh yeah, you know, this is going to happen, and I'm going to end up doing this, and this is our plan, and this is great. And you'll think, oh my goodness, who is this person? Amazing, great, but just bear in mind that might not come to fruition. And again, I don't want to be some miserable human being saying all that, but I also want to be realistic with you. There could be an age gap with this connection. Okay, and the connection that has the age gap could also have the secrets around it with the confusion, and that person could also have a child or find out they're pregnant. This could also be someone who is male and divorced, all right? If they are male and divorced, there is still potentially other people around, all right? So it might not be that there's a commitment with one of the people that's still in the picture, but it's like there's still something a bit blurred lines there. Let's have a look. I'm going to sneeze again here, one sec. Just trying to have a quick look at, there is definitely someone coming back around, because the star card here has the 6 of hearts, which is essentially the 6 of cups. This is potentially a nostalgic connection, someone from maybe your past or a soulmate, you know, or high level soulmate or twin flame. With the star, it just feels like this is a wish. It's something that you wished for. However, the first card is the mountain, which is obstacles, but this is also the 8 of swords, which is about essentially walking away, stepping away from something. But with the card being after that, the 6 of cups, again, it's moving away and then coming back, all right? You've then got the female, then you've got the 6 of pentacles, which is the Tower card. So there's a potential building of a partnership here that will come after a little bit of confusion, because we've got 2 6s. Now, that's a good position to be in. When you've got 6s, a lot of 6s, the tipping point is there. It's like most of the work's already been done. It's when you get to the 5 and it's that change, and to get to that 6, that's the hardest part. But when you get to 6, you can go up to 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, which is the ultimate fulfillment. So the majority of the work's been done. Now, you've then also got, after that, the Rider, which is the 9 of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment. So again, you're clarifying here that this is something that you probably worked very hard towards. But we've got a lot of 6, 8s and 9s here. You've got a lot of 6, 8s and 9s. 10 of... Yeah. Now, with the book being the 10 of Pentacles, someone is definitely making a decision about a commitment. Okay, because we've got the Mountain, which is the 8 of Swords. We've got the book, which is the 10 of Pentacles. We've got the Path, which is the Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. So there is definitely someone that is already potentially in a committed relationship here that is essentially making a decision this month. And again, it might be that they'll come forward, step back. You've got a lot of indecision, essentially. This doesn't look like, over the course of December, that suddenly you're going to end up having this amazing resolution where you're home and dry. Because the male, we've got a diagonal kind of movement forward, is the tree, the boat and the clouds. Now, the boat and the clouds is forward movement with confusion after that. And then the tree is about growing something in a solid manner. So this could be an earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There could be a female involved. Sorry, it could also be an air sign, which is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. There could also be it could also be a female earth sign involved apart from yourself. Aries, no, not Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The child also could be a fire sign. The child could be a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They could, I'm hearing as well that this person could have said, I'm worrying about the children. So it could be that they maybe don't want to make a decision because of the child. Again, if this doesn't resonate, then there will be a lot of discussion though over this month. There will be a lot of discussion, but there is a general level of confusion. There is a definite general level of confusion here. Let's pull some oracle cards to see what they kind of want to show us for outcomes, because I kind of feel like I want to get some more information. Like, you know? Okay, so let's make sure these cards are all the right way. Okay, Spirit, what can you tell us, please? Okay, so we've got movement, which is 28, which is the number 1 card. Okay. Not sure if you can see that. And you've got the sacred pull. So there is a change or a change of direction here. In the sacred pull, this is very kind of much around an emotional, very strong emotional connection. But because it's fluid, it means that the well isn't dry here. It's like the emotions are still there. This isn't just going to fizzle out. This is an ongoing emotional connection that probably is very deep. Okay, so it could be karmic. All right, and you must what you must know is when it's karmic, there must be an ending. Otherwise, okay, so. We've also just pulled here the Ghostlands card and the details. So again, it's like what I just said, something needs to really close out once and for all, and without it being kind of left to where there's a bit of loose ends, or you know, there's something not quite right, because otherwise there is going to be, from your sort of view, it's going to just be a cycle that hasn't ever closed, and there's unanswered questions. Now, is it to say that you are to sit and wait for this situation to close out? No, because remember the first information I gave. And even if you don't resonate with the love situation, just focus on your dreams and goals. Remember the wish card and the 9 of Cups. This is about your wish fulfilling, being closed out. And if it hasn't been completed by the end of the year, don't panic. Just rewrite your goals for next year. And then, you know, make a plan, make a goal plan, you know. All is not lost. All is not lost, okay? So what else can you tell us about Tauruses, please, for the month of December 2009? Oh, here we go, metamorphosis. Okay, so there's a huge change coming, all right? I'm hearing knocking down the old to bring in the new, all right? Which is very powerful, you know? It's like there's something about wisdom that's going to be learnt with this situation that is going to really help you move forward. And it's not just going to be in an emotional capacity, it's probably going to help you in a very strong karmic capacity. Everyone will be different, but yeah, look. With the key, the metamorphosis and the flying here, you guys have got a real opportunity to. It's like I'm seeing someone jumping over a ditch and then just being like that. Bye, see you later. I'm just gonna go and, you know, fulfill all my dreams. Bye. So remember, if this situation is essentially feeling like it's holding you back, don't, you know, keep going on your path, because you can do very well from this. You can do very, very well from this. I'm hearing all is not lost. Okay, so let's say, for example, maybe 1 or 2 of you will be getting the commitment that I mentioned at the beginning, and then the majority is that they're in this situation that I've mentioned here, where there's a lot of this third party scenario which is confusing and we don't know what's going on. Just keep the focus on you, because if they're confused and they're running in a loop, This is a similar reading I did yesterday, because the energy is similar. Not exactly the same, but similar. They just keep saying all is not lost. You must really, and I'll be really honest with you, sometimes these obstacles are blessings. I've seen it in my life a ridiculous amount of times where I'm sat there going, well, I'm confused, why can't am I missing something? They're like, no, there's just something better coming. So again, you know, I'm not to say that this is going to end and that's done. I'm just saying if it gets to the point where you know you've got to move forward and the likelihood is that they might not catch up, there is something better waiting. And if you are in a position where they will, then you ride the wave, you know, you ride the wave, you just keep going. And again, with that emotion, this is about emotional kind of maturity. This is about really building your strength emotionally. And if you're sat there going, yeah, but I've already had a lot of emotional hurt, and you don't need to preach to me about emotional hurt. Listen, if I told you every crazy incident that's ever happened in my life, you probably wouldn't believe me. So I get you, all right? But there's always room for improvement, because we are not here just to kind of do 3 things and then we sit and wait to pass over and then get reincarnated again. We're here to reach a certain point, or we're here to evolve into a certain being or a certain energy, right? And that essentially, you can't do that in a day, because we're here for a lifetime. There's a reason that we're here for a certain amount of time. And it's about making the best use of time. And this is going to be one of the key themes for this month. That what is the best use of your time? Now, what I don't want you to do is get overly focused on, oh my goodness, time, what's going on? We get it. Like, in the 3-dimensional reality we're in, we are measuring time. It's a man-made concept. But with the fact that this is the closure of a 10-year, essentially a decade, there is a significance. Don't forget, we're in a 3-year, a number 3 year, and we're in a number 3 month, right? And with that is a 6, which is essentially Virgo, which is about service. So service to the self over potentially service to others. So if you're used to serving someone else, again, Virgo being an earth sign. So it's about prioritizing and recalibrating that, ready to go into that new energy in that new year, all right? Because that's going to be the most important thing for you, because you're starting as you mean to go on. Let's take some wisdom oracle cards. That was the enchanted map. Let's take some wisdom oracle cards, please. What is Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs? What can they expect for outcomes, please, for the month of December 2019? Okay, look, in between worlds and chopped wood. Okay, so again, you've got 1 foot in a little bit in this old energy and 1 foot into this new life, right? The chopped wood is reversed. So essentially what they're saying is, if you need to cut away something that is not serving you and is holding you back, you have to do it. Because you don't have to, in fact, you don't have to do it. Of course you don't have to do it. But there is essentially going to be a sacrifice. And what you have to ask yourself is, are you prepared to sacrifice that? And if you do, what do you lose and what do you gain? Because the gain has to be more than the loss, in my opinion. All right? Is it worth it? And if personally, no. What is the outcome, please, for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs for the month of December 2019, please, Spirit? Like I say, I'm getting another deck. Okay, this is the Energy Oracle card deck. Okay, so for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs, please, for the month of December 2019. Outcomes, please. Outcomes. And the chopped wood in reverse could be that this other person hasn't removed what they need to remove as well. So just bear that in mind. Again, it's the between worlds. We're in this weird kind of crossroads. This is a crossroad energy. All right? Decisions to be made. All right? So December 2019, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs for... Okay, this is about we've got attachment in reverse. So this is about removing attachments. What do you have an unhealthy attachment to? The classic example I've just given is food. Like, you know, I'm aware of it. Trust me, they punished me for 4 years with this. And, well, they didn't punish me because that's very victim-like. But they taught me a bloody great lesson, all right? And I'll be honest with you, it was horrific, but, you know, there is a reason for it. It's a balance, a recalibration. What doesn't serve you emotionally? What can you release? What isn't healthy emotionally for you, all right? Attachment reverse, okay? So release attachments, release expectations. If you are expecting, this is my twin flame, this person's name is this, they're going to manifest at 2:05 p.m. on the... Dude, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but Spirit are going to... Honestly, I've tried that. I'm not going to lie to you. I've tried it, and they just sit there going, who do you think you are to sit and demand us? Do you not understand universal order? And I'm like, well, not really, no. This was years ago, and I was, you know, a bit stupid. I was young, and I wasn't exactly... I didn't care, like, I was selfish, you know? And again, they taught me a lesson, and I didn't forget it. Like, I still haven't forgotten it, because I'm just like, I don't want to ever do that again. And they're just like, there is a hierarchy here in terms of divine order, and you cannot just come in and just sort of demand these things. You have to show willing, all right? You have to ask yourself, if there is an attachment that is really heavily influencing your life, is it healthy? And if it isn't, why can't you release it? All right? And if you have released it, fair play. Because I still fight the fact that I love my food. Like, along with spirituality and music, look, I'm half Turkish. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense to you. Like, my brother's a chef. Like, my family run like a restaurant in... Do you know what I mean? It's like we are... My mum and my dad's side are literally into food all the time, you know? So... there was just no way. Like, and obviously I'm a Taurus. I've got two brothers that are Taurians, just to kind of hit that point home. But it's not healthy. You can't, you know, live in that environment and be like, oh, I'm just going to just keep looking for my happiness outside of myself. And that's essentially what the pattern of my behaviour was. And I'm not ashamed to admit that, because I'm human. I'm not like some, look at me, I know everything, me, you know. I'm just doing this as a job because I love it. You know? It doesn't mean to sound perfect, because obviously I'm not. I'm here with you guys. Like, none of us are. We're here to learn, you know, and develop and evolve and grow and embrace everything. But in order to do that and get the best out of these situations, we have to also, there's a balance to that, which is about releasing of things that don't serve us, so that we can then grab onto what does. What is the outcome for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs, please, for the month? Ah, what a brilliant outcome. Caring connection is number 14. So there is going to be, once you release attachment, that could be what you're waiting to sort of, that they want you to do work-wise, with, apart from the other stuff that you need to focus on for your own personal well-being. It could be that once you release attachment, that love interest will come back in. It will be the divine timing element of this. All right. Now, is that the end of December? Possibly, yeah. Maybe a lot of you, yeah, but some of you probably not. It might develop. Don't forget what I said about the February time. Okay, so let's just pull some Archangel Oracle with Doreen Virtue for the final outcome card for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus for the month of December 2019. Final card, please. Outcome, please, Spirit. Taurus. Oh, we got 2. Wow, we got 3. That's brilliant. Well, look, you've got victory, clairvoyance and patience. What can I say? Victory, Archangel Sandalphon, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. Perfect. Clairvoyance, I'm helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. And then patience, Archangel Jopio, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realise. Still, they need nurturing and patience. So again, it's clarifying all the information, which is, you guys are in a situation where attachment possibly is something that you need to look at, okay? And once you solve that, don't forget the key we saw here, which will lead to that abundance, which will lead to gifts as well, with the clairvoyance, which is about the clear sight around the third eye. Prophecy, maybe you're having a lot of dreams or will be. But this involves patience as well, but there is a victory. Brilliant. So guys, hopefully this has been of some assistance. I do post videos Monday to Friday. Tomorrow's will be Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs for the month of December 2019. If you want to post a suggestion as to what the next pick a card reading will be, I've got a few ideas, but obviously it might not be the exact word for word, but because I want to combine it for everyone, to help everyone. Thank you so much for everyone who's been liking and sharing my channel, my videos and subscriptions. It is massively appreciated. Have an amazing Christmas, and if you don't celebrate Christmas, have a wonderful New Year. And if you're not celebrating New Year in this month, then just have a wonderful December. I'm wishing you guys all the very best of luck and the many blessings. Take good care. Bye.